My refutation is to Amanda Bourne, and her claim was that marriage is no longer a necessary aspect in a person's life in today's society. My opponent's secondary claims were as follows. First, marriage creates unreasonable expectations that inevitably lead to failure. Two, cohabitation provides the same benefits as marriage does. And lastly, she states society has changed and follows with the question, has it changed the need for marriage though? So my first response to secondary claim one, that being marriage creates unreasonable expectations that inevitably lead to failure. She supports this claim by stating that increasing lifespan and opportunity for career change makes it increasingly difficult to fulfill the till death do us part aspect of marriage. This claim undermines the function of marriage in society. Marriage is a partnership in which two individuals commit to establish social, economic, and emotional stability between each other. Dr. Ryan T. Anderson, an expert on religious liberty, protecting the institution of marriage, protecting life, family, and marriage, states that marriage is the fundamental building block of all human civilization. The government does not create marriage. Marriage is a natural institution that predates government. Society as a whole, not merely any given set of spouses, benefits from marriage. This is because marriage helps to channel procreated love into a stable institution that provides for the orderly bearing and rearing of the next generation. So evidently marriage was designed to succeed and bring order to society, allowing mankind to flourish. My response to her secondary claim, number two, was that cohabitation provides the same benefits as marriage does. Amanda attempts to support this claim by stating that it provides the exact same environment to raise children and as one with a married couple. When stating this, there was no evidence provided or cited to support this claim. And additionally, there's actually substantial statistical data providing or proving the contrary. In reality, social and economic family stability is provided when a child is born from married parents. Dr. Wendy D. Manning, a professor at Bowling Green University, conducted a study on the advantages of children being born from married parents versus cohabiting parents. Studies found that 20% of cohabiting step-parent families and 32% of cohabiting biological parent families live at or below the poverty line, compared to 10% of married step-parent families and 11% of married biological parent families. The median income of cohabiting parent households is about 50% lower than that of married parent households, and cohabiting mothers of young children have lower incomes than do married mothers. So the advantage of being an economically stable family allows for the potential to provide a child with essential resources such as a home. Additionally, one key indicator and source of both economic and social resources is education for both parents. According to Dr. D. Manning, having better educated parents may translate to better well-being for children through income, access to formal and informal resources, social skills, relationship options, and social support. So her findings were that 41% of children in married biological parent families have a mother with a college degree, compared to 23% of children in married step-parent families, and 9% of children in cohabiting biological parent families, and 13% in cohabiting step-parent families. So therefore, the condition of a child being raised in a cohabiting household is by no means equal to that of a married couple household. And her final claim was that society has changed, and she followed up with the question, has it changed the need for marriage though? And she attempts to support this claim by stating that financial independence is becoming expected of both parents. When stating this, she did not cite or provide any actual data supporting this claim. and she ignores the economic advantage of having both individuals in a marriage provide financial and economic assistance to one another. Dr. Julie Imopolos, a professor in health policy and economics at the University of Southern California, and her team conducted a study on the mean lifetime earning between married and unmarried males and females. She found that the difference in wealth between married and unmarried men and women declined substantially by about 50% for unmarried women or divorced women, and 40% for never married men and divorced men. So that's pretty much twice the amount of income that's available to accommodate any needs in a household, whereas if you weren't married at all. So as one can see, marriage is an essential part of society. It creates a structural framework for couples to function socially, economically, and emotionally, and sets a strong foundation for children.
All right, well, the main claim and the secondary claims are laid out clearly. You signpost each of those points as you get to it. You've got good counter evidence on each of the points that you cite clearly. You contrast that evidence sometimes to the evidence that the advocate presented on those particular points, especially in a couple of places where you suggested that there was no evidence really provided. On that second point especially, you went really deep on the economic advantages of being married and gave us some good statistical comparisons on those particular points. I thought that that worked pretty well. So you kind of explained the premise on the first point, quantify it statistically on the second point, and on the third point you finish with a quote from somebody from USC, so you get some extra credit on that.